guys, praise Jesus and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Beckybecks. I'm bringing awesome, fun and timely content on all my platforms, so follow me on there if you're not following me already. If you're not subscribed to this channel, the link is not the link, the button, this red button is down below. Click onto that button and yes, you're going to be a part of the Beckybecks family. And yeah, today I'm in a very bright color, orange. I didn't even have to use my lights because it was looking so washed off. But yeah, it's just a croppy, it's this long, and you know, I'm gonna take some photos. Guys, I have been taking photos on my own. I'm excited. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. So I'm gonna finish shooting the videos for today. I have like 2 more, and then I'll go out and take photos. But that's not why I'm doing this video. As you can see, tumeanza on a very light note because I want you guys to take this video on a very light note. Makasiriko uko nje. Feelings uko nje. Anyway, it's a MUKBANG video. You know, I have been wanting to eat here for the longest time ever. Today, what I'm eating, I'm eating a homemade meal. I hope it focuses because this thing is usually very weird when it comes to focusing. It's just, let me just explain what it is. It's not deep. It's just brown rice. That is brown rice. Guys, I don't think it will focus today. Maybe tomorrow, but today I doubt. Brown rice and ndengu. Yeah, it's lunchtime and I'm so hungry and I was like, you know what, honey, you could do a MUKBANG as you tell this story. Now guys, I'll tell you a story of 2 experiences that I had. One in, actually both of them were in high school, but in different high schools, and what they have taught me about people and relationships and how to handle conflict. Okay, now in case you are involved in any of these experiences, because I know some of my high school classmates are going to watch this video, there's no beef, we squashed it, we are good, we are okay, me and you. If you wanna be friends, sorry, thanks, my friend list is full, but you know, in case you come across this video, don't take it to heart. So I'm having this for lunch and I am chugging water because water is everything. Good health. So yeah, take your water. Take your water. Don't play with hydro. What is it called? Hydrating. What did I want to say? Hydrochloric acid. Rebecca. Actually, guys, let me tell you. Have you ever gotten these green gram things that don't cook, like this specific ones zenye ni ngumu? I just bit into that. Sweet heaven. I hope that does not happen again because I'm so hungry. So guys, I joined Form 1. Cindy, I was a really calm, put together type of girl when I joined Form 1. Sikuwa na story mob, nilikuwa tu relaxed, chilled, put together, composed, just here to study and make my mama proud and make the village proud that I'm in university. I was that kind of girl when I was going to Form 1. And zile marks nilikuwa nimepata, that is the school I was called to, and my mom knew that that school used to perform well. It is in Machakos County. So my mom was like, you must go to this school. I was like, Mom, there's no other way. She was like, it's either you go to this school or Machakos girls. And at that time I had heard very many weird stories about Machakos girls. The way they wake up due at 4 to study. Me, I don't know if those stories are true, but those are stories that I had. I was like, I'm not going to that school. No. And there's the people I went to primary school with that had been called there, but they were not my friends, so I didn't even feel inclined to accept that Machakos girls offer. I was like, I'm going to this other school that I was called to. I arrive, admission, kila kitu iko sawa. Then I met some girls from my town, Matu, girls who used to stay in Matu, that we went to primary school together, but they were in front of me that went to that school. So I was like, oh, I'm not even alone here. Life is going to be new. I'm just going to be gallivanting and perambulating huku, doing the most, just studying and looking for a life. That is what my naive Form 1 mind was thinking about. Joined school. First week, the deputy of that school comes into, she was called Mrs. Nzioka. She comes into the class and she's like, hello, welcome Form 1. I think we were making noise at that time. And I used to sit at the back of the class. When you're at the door, like when you get into the door like this, there was the first row here, the second and the third. I used to sit on this row that is closest to the door and at the back. So she comes in and she's like, why are you Form 1s making noise? Do you think this is... So she gives us the whole, you know the whole speech about, oh, this is not primary school, you're grown, get your act together, study, it's not going to be as easy as your parents told you at home, da 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 da. She says all that. Me, I'm just listening to her. All of us are listening. We're just quiet. We're just like, we hope she does not give us a punishment on our first week of being in this school, because that would be the worst way to start our stay in high school. She's like, I want to give you a punishment, but I need someone that will come and ask for that punishment. Like that teacher she used to be the deputy. And deputies are in charge of discipline and they are more strict than the principal, which I don't understand, but they just do their thing. So she's like, I need someone who will come and remind me about the punishment. Who wants to come and remind me about the punishment? No one is talking. Okay, who wants to be the class prefect? Now that, it's 1 week and you guys are always making noise and there's no one that is in charge of you guys. Who do you people want to be the class prefect? No one is talking. Then she's like, who was a prefect in primary school so that they can be the prefect? Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. Then I don't know what made her just look at me. She literally just looked at the end of the row, and at that time not everyone had come. The class was not yet full. So I think the fact that I was seated at the back and I was seated alone, na kulikuwa na a lot of spaces in front of me, she was just like, that girl is just, she could not be making noise alone. So she was like, you at the back, what is your name? I'm like, Rebecca. You are the prefect. Write for me the names and you bring me the names to my office at 4 so that I can give them a punishment. And she left. That is how I became the prefect. Week 1, like day 2, from day 2 of high school, that is how I became a prefect. And I was the cop in that class. And since that day until I finished my 4th form, I was always, if I'm not the cop, I am just something in that class. And it was just like that. So yeah, become the cop. And then at that time we don't know each other, bruh. If you talk, I will write you. Like there's no sort of relationship or friendship that you've built or an understanding of, you can talk and then I will not write you because at that time I don't know you, honey, you talk, I write you. And that mentality of coming from primary school and stuff, I still had that mentality. So guys, we are just in class, we're just chilling and people are not talking. People didn't talk. They were not talking. They did not make noise. So 4 comes and she comes to the class and she's like, Mutie, I'm Rebecca Nduka Mutie. So she's like, Mutie, where are my names? I'm like, excuse me, madam, no one made noise. She was like, you see, having a leader puts everything in control. So from today, you're going to be the permanent prefect in this class. Any day they make noise and I come here, I want to find a name. Make sure they do their... Now she starts giving me the roles that I'm supposed to be doing, and in my head I'm just like, okay, I thought this was a one-time thing, but clearly this is not a one-time thing. I need to fix myself. And in primary school I was never a leader because I was just never a leader. I was always in the wrong. So you can imagine, here tables are turning and I am the leader. So she's like, I want you to be giving me names, I want you to make sure the class is in order, they should not make... She's just giving me orders and orders. But okay, I'm just like, okay, you know what, honey, I got you. Don't worry, just go sit down in your office, take tea. I got you. The first term was great, but it was a bit hard because, we had to work on the class culture and, what are our duties as students, what do you need to do so that you're not in trouble. And that school had this book, it was called an OB, where you used to write all the happenings of the day, classes that happened, classes that didn't happen, people that made noise, and then at the end of the week you'd go and compile it, and then those people would be punished. It was like that in our school. So it's not like you'd make noise right now and then you'd be punished now. No, it would like take time. Every morning, every evening, prefects would go into the deputy's office and compile it, and probably if there were incidences, people fought, people stole, people did what, in ease of zote because naekwa one place, so that the next day in the morning the names are read out na mnaenda kujibu case yuko kwa ofisi. That is just how that school was set up. Guys, I am talking and I forgot to eat. So that's the first term. And second term, I think at this point I was in Form 2. It must have been Form 2. First time. At that time, excuse me, let me pick something. I'm picking my hanky. At that time, like, I think guys had already made peace with the fact that I like things done the way things should be done. I don't cut corners, and if you're in the wrong and I get you, like, there are repercussions for you being in the wrong. I was just that type of leader. There was democracy and all, but if it's noise, don't make it. If you're supposed to do this, just do it. Let's not disturb each other. So at this time, these certain girls decide to, make noise in class. And they were notorious. So it's people that every week they were doing punishments because of the same thing. They just became notorious, and for some reason they just had this notion that I had something against them, this set of girls. And me, I honestly didn't have time to have anything against anyone. Like, everyone does not like me at this point. I'm a loner. I only have one friend or two, and all the other prefects. And some of the prefects also don't like my guts, because I'll go to their classes when I'm on duty and find people talking and be like, honey, where are the noisemakers? You don't have them, then you're the one who's doing the punishment. Because I was just that kind of leader. So some of them didn't also like me. So at this point I was not trying to be liked. At this point I was trying to do the right thing and move on with life, because that is what should happen. So guys, I am just speaking and forgetting. These girls decide I have something against them, and they come up with a plan of how they're going to make my life hell in this school until I stop writing their names. So one time I'm on duty, we are coming from class. Our night preps used to end at around 9, if I'm not wrong. Coming from class, headed to the dormitory to go just clean up, rest, prepare your clothes for tomorrow so that you can be up early, because then now waking up was 4:30, so that you can shower, be in the morning preps. And as the leader, you cannot be sleeping and you want people to be in the morning prep. So I used to have a very quick nighttime routine so that in the morning I can be up. There were just days when all of us would just sleep, but those are days. But then this particular day, the next day was not going to be that day. I had to be up. So get to the dormitory, open up my box, remove my shoes, put on my slippers, go to the loo, come back, wash my face, come back. So I open up my box to take out my moisturizer. At this time I was a class prefect and a dorm prefect. I was doing them both. I'll never forget, I was a class prefect and the dorm prefect for Everest B. There was Everest A, B, and C. It was a story building, so I was in Everest B. So I'm in my box just looking for moisturizer, and I finish, pick my box, put it to the side, and then I sit on my bed. Guys, I sit on water. Water was on my bed. My mattress was soaking, but it was not leaking because I didn't see it. Because the first thing I would have realized when I came to my bed was like, there's water down here. There was no water on the floor. Bruh, there was water on that mattress. It was soaking wet. So I sit on it and immediately I just stand and I'm like, what the hell is happening? Who put water on my eyes? I now start I panic. I'm like, why is there water on my bed? Who put it on my bed? Where am I supposed to sleep? Like, my mind is racing. My mind is racing at this point. What? I'm just like, yo. And then people have come to see because I was really shouting. Everyone in the dorm comes to see, and then people are like, no, it was not me, Nini. I'm like, who poured water on my bed? If I catch you, you're not going to like it. And I walk out. I go to the matron's house, which was behind the dorm. I go knock on her door and I'm like, yo, matron, I need your help. She's like, yo, Rebecca, what's up? Are you sick? Because she used to be our nurse. She used to give us Acto and Panadol for everything. Everything was Acto and Panadol. But she was nice. So I go to her house and I'm like, yo, I need a mattress to sleep. She's like, where's your mattress? Because in our school used to be given one mattress with a number, and you'd better return that same mattress when you're exiting, or else you will buy a mattress. That was just it. So I'm like, I can't sleep on a mattress because it's soaking wet. She's like, did you accidentally pour water on the mattress? I'm like, yeah, this is the first place where I made the wrong move. I said yes. I poured water accidentally on it, and I need a mattress to sleep on. I was a cop, so she was like, okay, I know you, I trust you, Becky. Shake a mattress. She gives me another mattress. I go to the dorm, I remove that one, hang it outside in the corridor, and sleep. In the morning, now stories have got, now the whole school knows that people poured water on my bed. And there's no way it's not going to get to the matron. So as we go for breakfast, she calls me and she's like, what is this story I'm hearing that people poured water on your mattress? And you told me you're the one who poured water on your mattress. At that time, I didn't know what to say. I was speechless. So I'm like, yeah, actually, my mattress, nilikuja, nikapata, people poured, I don't know who poured water on my mattress, but it did not look like an accident because it was the whole mattress and my blanket. No, they removed my blanket and my sheets, poured water on the mattress, and funika. Aki guys, those girls had time. So yeah. So she's like, why did you like? I'm just like, I did not want them to get into trouble. She was like, do you know how wrong that is? Now she started making me see sense in what had happened to me. At that time, I think I was still in denial. I was still like, you know what? I can still make a good impression to these people that if I don't punish them for this, they will see that I'm actually a nice person. I'm not such a bad person. At that time, I was struggling with a lot of, you know, knowing myself and my identity. So I really needed to please people at this point. She's like, no, in fact, the first thing I'll do today when the deputy and the principal come is go to them and say this case. Do you know those girls could have killed you? What if wangemwaga sabuni? What if wangemwaga dangerous things to your skin? Then you break out, then you become... Then she started just making me see sense in this situation, and I actually realized it was a very serious situation because they would have chosen to, you know, beat me up, throw stones. Like, there's a lot they would have done instead of pouring water, and it would have been the same repercussions for them. So the deputy comes, she goes in and tells her, so now it's a day of Makesi. Deputy calls me. No, I go to class. At this point, one of the girls that had poured water, huyo alikuwa muoga. This one was the one that sold them. She comes to me and she's like, hi Becky, I'm sorry about what we did to your bed. And I'm like, hold up, excuse you, you are part of it. I thought we are cool. She was like, no, you know, they are my friends and they influence. So she gives me the whole story, how they planned it, what they were going to do after Nini. She tells me everything. They're like, we even tried breaking into your box, but we could not. She gives me the whole gist. Then I'm like, you know what? It's okay because they were girls from my class. I go to the class and I'm like, hi guys, Nini. So some of you decided to pour water on my bed, but I'm not going to do anything. I actually forgive you from my heart, and I hope this is not repeated again. Me, I just wanted this story to end fast because I was really scared for my life. I was just like, if I look at these girls a certain way, they will now stone me to death in this school. So I just wanted the story to end and I wanted peace. But at the back of my mind, I didn't know that the matron had already gone and told the story to the principal and to the deputy. So now they are just sitting and deliberating how do we handle this case. So see me in class, I have already malized the story. Kumbe uko in the office ndo sasa moto unawaka, ndo sasa makaa yanaweka kwenye jiko, ndo stories zianze kuinvestigatiwa. Me, remember, I've already forgiven people. So we in our first lesson, the deputy sends her assistant. She's like, go and call for me, Becky from class. Assistant comes, knocks, hello teacher, can I call Becky? I go to the office, and then the first thing she does when she sees me is tell me, I am so sorry for what you had to go through. And in my head, I'm like, I'm loading. Bruh, what are you talking about? What are we talking about? She's like, I'm sorry, I was told by the matron that people poured water in your bed. And immediately it hit me like, oh my god, I am in so much trouble. It hit me. I was just like, Becky, you're honey, sweetheart, you're in trouble, and it's deep trouble, and there's no way I was going to run away from it at this. She's like, Mutie, what did you do? Do you know, I'm looking at my timer. Do you know how serious that is? Do you know how serious such an incident is in a school setting? Those children would have hurt you. They would have done something. Now she started teteshaing me. At this time, I'm just panicking. I'm just like, oh my God, I've forgiven them. Now they'll be called and they'll go home. Guys, long story short, they spent the whole day in that office detailing accounts of what they did and why they did it, just because they used to be on the wrong side all the time. They just assumed I didn't like them, and I was just, leaning towards them a little harder than everyone else. That is how I got out on my bed, and those girls were expelled for like 2 weeks, and they came back and life moved on. So I finished Form 2 there. Then at the end of the year, something happens and I have to move school to Form 3. Now as I'm going to Form 3, I had to move to another school. Guys, this should be a part 2. So yeah, get expelled. I moved schools. I have forgotten about that incident. But one thing I learned from that incident is, like, shortcuts will always land you in trouble. Like, shortcuts in everything. Like, a shortcut is not the easiest way out. I think that is one thing I learned from that incident. Another thing I learned is that not everyone understands where you're coming from. Not everyone understands your story. And unless you give people the time to explain themselves and their reasons, then you'll always be misunderstanding people, because I felt so misunderstood and I felt so disrespected. Anyway, I go to this new school and I'm like, this is a clean slate. I'm not a leader here. I'm just a normal student trying to look for a life. So no one is going to be in my business. No one is going to hurt me. No one is going to disrespect me. Guys. I was wrong. Reality was just looking at me like, hey, guys. I made this friend. In Form 3, I make this friend. She was my really nice. She was like the first friend I made in that school, except my godmother's daughter. So yeah, I make this friend. I'm like, we're cool. Along the way, I got elected as a leader. I got appointed as a leader in the class, and I got appointed as the CU chairlady along that time. So she used to be the CU chairlady before I came into the school. But then the CU was not doing as well. So the CU head of the department thought it would be right to get another leader. And at that time I had been serving for a while, so she chose me. This chick that was my friend, now from that point on, started just attacking me. It was a mixed school. She started spreading stories that, oh, the way I'm sleeping with other guys in the school, the way I just want people to love me, the way I'm a bad person inside, the way I was never even a good friend because I took her position. She like made it so personal, and it was not. So this one time we are sleeping, we are closing school the next day, we are asleep, and at that time I hear stories going around the school. Someone comes and tell me, yo, me, I've heard stories, and this chick is planning. She wants to stab you with a knife and beat you up at night. Bruh, I was so scared. I remember going to sleep with my friend of mine called Sarah. We used to sleep in different cubes, but that night I was just like, you know what? I can't take this emotional strain on alone. So I decided to go and sleep in their cube. Believe it or not, at night they came to look for me in my bed so that they can stab me and so that they can beat me up. Simply because she felt like I had taken her position in that school, which was not the case. And I remember just being so scared. I was so scared. I remember not being able to sleep that night. And I remember just praying with Sarah before we slept. And I was like, you know what, God, I just pray for your covering over my life, because I don't know what's going to happen. But in everything that happens, I'm trusting that you'll preserve my life. Like, I was that scared. In the morning, we wake up, we shower, we dress up, and the girl is not in school at this time. She's nowhere to be found. In my head, I don't think she has done anything because I'm still alive, so I'm not even thinking about it. A few hours later, I go to my bed to look for my shoes, and my shoes are not there. I'm like, okay, where are my shoes? I just ask in the dormitory, hi guys, if anyone has come across my tafis, I really need to polish them because ni siku ya kwenda nyumbani, I do not have the time to waste. So apparently, this girl had taken my shoes and thrown them in the pit latrine, and me, I didn't know. So some chicks come and tell me, you don't know that so and so threw your shoes in the loo at night because she did not find you. I'm just like, okay, so instead of coming to find me and beating me up, she threw my shoes. Me, I didn't get the connection, but I understood that she just wanted to make me feel bad at this point. And guys, that day I cried, oh my goodness, I really cried, and it really made me feel so bad because honestly there's nothing I had done to her. But yeah, that was my other second experience of someone really misunderstanding me and doing things that really hurt me in high school. But yeah, the thing that these two experiences taught me is that you are not ice cream. Number one, to please everybody, be yourself. Number two, you're not avocado. People don't, not everyone loves avocado. Oh yeah, please, can you just be yourself? And number three, make peace with people. Because the first incident in the first school, I remember I had made peace with them. So even by the time they were being expelled, there were no hard feelings. Like I had made peace with them. But in this second experience, this girl, she ran away from school. She like, what is it called? Alivuka akaenda before morning. So she came later, like after a whole term, to come and clear. And I remember my godmother asking me, do you want us to talk about the shoe situation? I was like, no, I've never even said this story at home. Guy! Yeah, this one for the shoes. I remember my uncle was like, why am I buying for her other shoes? And I bought for her shoes. And my godmother was like, ziliharibika too, because if she had told them, it would have been such a big thing. But yeah, hi family, now you know, I'm sorry I didn't. But yeah, I think those are the two things that I learned, that just be yourself and learn how to resolve conflict. Like even when she came to clear, I didn't even want to talk about it. I just squashed the beef now. I was just like, you know, it's cool. Anyway, that has been my story time. I have not even finished eating. I have not even finished taking the water. But thank you so much guys for watching. Click on that subscribe button, like, share, and comment on this video for more content. I hope I see you next time. I'm sorry, someone is throwing things. I don't know why they are throwing things. But yeah, see you next time. Bye.